Hi Shweta. Okay, I see that you implemented this this gallery here, and I think as long as this can be edited through the CSS, it's okay. How can I make these images a little bigger, mainly 200 by 200 pixels? I'm looking to make these a little bigger. Here I see that you're using this plugin, so if that's the case, that's fine. I'll have to just get rid of the other custom fields in the other place. I see that you just, I'm trying to figure out where do I upload these images? How does this work? Do you have to create an album first? Where can I get some more documentation on this? How do I assign a specific um, gallery to a specific page? So if you would just show me how to do that, because do I have to enter this path here? How does this work? You're gonna have to at least explain to me how it works. Um, so I see here that you can add images, um, but then manage galleries. Just let me know how this works. I see that you have different places. So does that mean if you add a new gallery, you just give it an ID based on what? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I need to have a logical way to explain to the client how, well, once you create a place or a neighborhood, this is how you add images. So I need some explanation. Please provide explanation how to add a gallery to a neighborhood and how to add a gallery to a place. Because right now I see it's in the place, but if I go to neighborhood under Adams Morgan and I go to gallery, there's nothing here. So I don't see the gallery here, and this is, remember, this is a neighborhood. If I go into places and I go into one of these places, let's try this one, and I go into gallery, it shows a gallery, so that's okay, that's good. The first thing we need to do is have a gallery on the neighborhood level. So I'm looking for your solution as to how to include it here in this level, because this is not correct. I sent you a screencast yesterday that was showing you the local version, um, of the site, and let me see if I can pull that up here. Okay, let me pull up my local site here. Give me a second. Okay, so here if I go to neighborhoods and I go into the neighborhood and I go into gallery, see how it looks like this? This is how it needs to look like. And I even sent you the CSS, so I don't know how this works now. Because right now here it's not showing the right gallery. This is not right. If we're going to use the solution that you showed us here with this gallery plugin, it needs to display like this with 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4. So rows of 4. That's the first thing. Is that we need to have a gallery not only in the places but also on the neighborhood level. Here's a neighborhood. Here we are going to gallery and there's no gallery. We need to have it here. And then when I go to places, I see that it's here too, but then it needs to look like this with 4 across, okay? So those are 2 requests right there. The third one is that this bottom slider doesn't need to be here inside of the gallery. As I explained before, the slider needs to be on the neighborhood page. So here we're in a neighborhood, and down here is where the slider needs to be, down here. I also need to know, I guess those images, I don't know how you're loading them, where these images are coming from, but they need to be here on every neighborhood, and they need to be created for every single neighborhood. So you need to show me how you put it here in the neighborhood so that I can add that to all the other neighborhoods. So please remove the jQuery slider from the place gallery. So move it from here and put it at the neighborhood level inside of every neighborhood right here. So that needs to be inside of the template there. I need to go over it to see how you're doing it, but that needs to change. So there's 3 requests here, and let me show them to you. Okay, so the first one is to add a gallery to the neighborhood page. Okay, because right now in the neighborhood, right now we're in a neighborhood. This has to work for every neighborhood. The gallery is not working. It's still pulling from the neighborhood custom field, which is this one at the bottom. It's still pulling from here, which I thought that's what we're going to do, but I see you're using a different plugin, so we have to work out how that's going to work. So don't have it pull from here, then have it pull from your gallery plugin here, but it needs to work on the neighborhood level. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the jQuery slider needs to be on the neighborhood page only. So if I go again to neighborhoods and I go to Adams Morgan, the jQuery slider needs to be down here, right where you see these 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the jQuery slider needs to be. Okay, and the third one is have the galleries on both neighborhood and places in rows of 4. So just like I showed you in the example, here's a row of 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 200 by 200 pixel squares. So right now, at least it's good that you have the gallery working. That's awesome. But they need to be they need to be in rows of 4. Right now you have rows of 5, and the shape is 130 by 100. So this would need to be 200 by 200. I don't know exactly where this is. Yeah, I can't really edit the attribute from inside here, but basically in the CSS it would have to be 200 by 200. But we're getting there. It's looking good. So if you would just do those 3 things, that would be very helpful. Now for the RSS, this is where I need your help, and just communicate with me. I know that maybe you just want to do it and then not, and then ask me later, but where it says local events here, the RSS feed needs to be plugged in here because it's calling the local events. It's calling the local events custom field type. So if you go here to custom fields again and you go into neighborhood, you'll see that local events is this field name, local events. So hold on, let me quickly, the single neighborhood PHP file, you'll notice in column 2, it's calling the PHP the field local events. Okay, right now the field is just a regular text input, but we could change it to whatever we need to. If I edit it here and I go into text, I could change it to a different field value. I just am not certain how RSS feeds work. What kind of field does it need to be plugged into? But to answer your question, is it should be entered in a field here. So if I go to neighborhoods, you should be able to take an RSS feed and put it into here, and then just have it show up as a list. So it would show up as a list right here. So here on this other example, this is my local file, but I've added a list of latest news, and I added just some block text. But here you would add the feed, and it would pull in a list of the feeds as a list format. So however we need to do that, it needs to show the RSS feeds here, and every single neighborhood needs to have its own RSS feed. The client will take care of putting the feed, but just try to find, go to Google and try to find an RSS feed, and generally speaking, hopefully you can just find one like here, the New York Times RSS feed. Um, I'm hoping that something like this, the idea is to grab an RSS feed, come here and paste it, save it, so whenever that's saved, and then have it display here. See, now it's just showing a long URL. So that's the problem, is that it's just showing a URL here. So I don't know if I'm not entering it right, but I need the RSS feed to be entered right here in local events. Whether it be, again, understand what I'm asking, whether it be a text field or whether you need to go into custom fields and change that local events field from just being a normal text field to maybe a WYSIWYG field. I don't know. That's what I need your expertise in, is figuring that out. But if you do go to local events, you'll notice that right now it's just, the field type is just a text field. So whether you change this to something else, I don't know. That's what I need your help in figuring out. But the RSS feeds need to display here in a list form. So basically you would plug it in and there would be a list of the RSS feeds depending on the feed that it was receiving the feeds from. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.